Hello, beautiful earth angels. Happy Wisdom Wednesday. This is Jill Kempner, and I'm known as the angel expert. I'm an angel coach, alchemist, and author of Receiving from Your Angels, and I'm delighted to be here with you for this short teaching that is coming through. Your ego is never ready. And so my mission is to lead sensitive souls to transform your pain into peace and become calm, clear, and confident with angel love and relaxation. And it's an honor. And I'm on a mission this year in the Fire Horse year in this 2026 Universal One to awaken your inner alchemist. What does that mean? The alchemist, I see the alchemist as a sensitive soul, an earth angel, an empath, a cycle breaker who's been through it. You've been through hardship, trauma, pain body, abuse, and you have committed and devoted yourself to leading with love. And you're ready to take all that lead, what's heavy, painful, leaden in your life, and turn it into spiritual gold. And so it's my honor to support you in awakening that inner alchemist with the love and support of the divine, of source, of your soul, of the angels. Good news, they're all on the same side. So we're working with Archangel Metatron tonight in the Confidence Alchemy of Intention class. And I wanted to talk about this because, what do I mean when I say the ego is never ready? So you are a beautiful soul, and your soul loves you unconditionally. Your soul is continuously connected to source. Your soul is whole. And we agreed to come into physical form, to come into a human body and have an ego structure. And so the ego story, right, is compare and despair. The ego feeds off of fear, negativity, pain, and those trauma loops. And we're not here to get rid of the ego or kill the ego or suppress the ego. We're actually here to love the ego into alignment with our soul, into alignment with our angels. So just being alive, just being a human being right now is so courageous. The angels are like completely celebrating the fact that you chose to incarnate into human form, to take your massive soul, your expansive soul, your light-filled soul, and squeeze it into human form. I mean, just that alone is so courageous. And then not only that, you agreed to forget who you were, right, and have amnesia, and you agreed to have an ego that's never ready. So when I first started, there was a time that I did not feel confident and talking about what I did. And I knew that I could help people. But I didn't always know how to explain it. Like I didn't know how to explain it. I didn't know how to explain it clearly. And when I was doing consults in the beginning, when I first started my angel coaching business, my ego was so loud. My ego said, you don't know what you're doing. My ego said, you don't know what results you're going to get people. You don't know how to get them results. My ego would tell me that this is too scary. You should go back and get massages again. What do you mean you're going to go live in front of a camera and talk about what you do and share teachings? And my ego was terrified, honestly, most of the time. And especially when I was doing consults, a consult is when I meet with a potential client and I add value to their life by showing them how I can help them, right? Now I call it a roadmap to relief. Now I do have more confidence in my programs and my practices and all of that because I'm embodying it. But in the beginning, I had this passion to help. I had this, fire to serve, but to be able to get the words out of my mouth and I don't want to say make sense because that was a part of me that always was afraid, right? I always had this fear that I wasn't going to make sense. Again, ego not feeling ready. Like so many times I held myself back from going live, from teaching a class, from reaching out to a person that I was guided to because my ego said, you're not ready. You're not ready to talk about this. You haven't figured out. The biggest number one ego you're not ready is you still have this problem. You still have this pain. How can you help anybody else if you have this issue in the tissue? Right? And there was that ego saying, you're not ready. You're not ready. My ego saying you're not ready. And when I was doing the consults, which is that, one-on-one time where I'm helping you understand what your pain is really saying, what your pain is really about, and how I can get you relief through one of my programs. And every consult, every time I got a no, it felt personal. Every maybe shook me. And I realized that, it took me a long time to realize what true confidence really was. And that's what tonight's class is about, and what I've been talking about for several weeks. That confidence wasn't something that I was waiting to feel before I spoke, before I taught, before I shared. Confidence was something I built by continuing to show up as my soul, even with my scared parts, even with my parts that didn't feel ready, and to soften into my soul's knowledge, my soul's wisdom, my soul's love, to receive guidance from my soul, and to trust myself anyway, trust myself no matter what. Trust that my soul was leading the way, trust that the angels had my back. And that was actually true confidence. So what I've been talking about is that confidence isn't having it all figured out. Confidence isn't being tough. Confidence isn't feeling like you're better than anyone else or feeling superior, right? Confidence is self-trust. And I remember when, actually this was so it was at the end of last year, and I had this beautiful vision for several offerings that I was going to do in 2026, the Angel Reiki Immersion and the Angelic Alchemist membership. Now I realize that it's not a membership, it's a course, but that's okay. It's still an amazing program that we're still welcoming founding members to. And I remember I was with my coach and I was like, how do I talk about this? I'm so excited and I want to do both of these at the same time and still invite people to consults. I need to learn how to marketing is medicine, and I need to learn how to market myself and market my programs and market more than one thing at the same time. How do I do that? And one of the guidances that I received, which felt terrifying, was to go live, because here what was holding me back was I felt like I needed to know, for example, this live, right? I felt like I needed a script and I needed to know everything I was going to say, and I needed to honestly be perfect and polished. That was my ego. You need to be perfect. You need to be polished. You need to be scripted. You need to, you want these to be so short and sweet. Hi, say hi if you're here. And I was like, I need to break free of this. I need to trust that my soul knows what to say, even if I forget a word or forget something or stumble over my words or whatever it was. And my soul said, go live every day for 30 days. And I was like, wait, what? And I knew two other people that had done this. My coach had done it, and I had a Facebook friend and fellow healer who did it. And I was like, well, that would probably help me. So I did it. I just said, you know what? I am doing this for myself. Of course, I want to add value to your life. But I want to be able to show up live, unscripted, unpolished, and speak from my soul. And so I did it. I went live every day for 30 days. You can actually see that playlist. And some were shorter and some were longer as I just talked about myself and my mission and my medicine and my different traumas and all of that. The traumas, the journey, just whatever kind of came through that day. And then I realized, oh, I could give it a title and I could give it a description. And actually, there's still nine through 15 that don't have descriptions. That's been on my list since January. I thought about taking it off my list. I'm like, maybe I just don't need to do it. But I did it. And holy cow, I showed up, right? So let's talk about the ingredients of confidence, right? Again, it's not about having it all figured out and being perfect and polished. It's about the ingredients of confidence is soften, receive, and step into your sovereignty. And that's exactly what I did. I softened into my soul's love. I said I'm super receptive and super conductive to my soul's medicine, my soul's truth, my soul's wisdom, right? I let myself receive the download. Yes, I did think about it before. Okay, how can I serve today? What is my soul saying? And I was able to talk about the membership and talk at the time that I thought it was membership. I talked about the Angel Reiki immersion and how I got into Reiki and my passion for it. And the programs were successful. And more importantly, I was able to heal that wound. That was my own personal wound of thinking I needed to be perfect and polished and scripted before I showed up. And it helped me build more confidence than ever because I trusted myself. I trusted my knowing, my heart, my wisdom, and that I would receive the guidance, the alignment, the message that needed to be shared. So wherever you are on this journey, just know your ego is never going to be ready. It's never going to feel ready. What's something my coach used to say? We're getting ready to get ready. But she's like, well, it's now, right? Now is the time to embrace your confidence and know that confidence isn't armor, it's softness. Know that confidence isn't having it all figured out, it's receptivity. Know that confidence isn't forcing or needing to be validated from how many people are live, right? Validated by how many likes and shares and comments you get, validated by, I mean, gosh, I go live all the time. There's nobody here live right now. Like, I'm still sharing. I'm still going to show up and shine and share no matter how many people watch this. I mean, and of course I want to add value to your life and I want you to share, like, and comment and all of that. But the confidence, the sovereignty, right? Confidence is sovereignty. I'm going live, even if I have a part that's afraid or worried or whatever, right? Confidence is not fearlessness. It's self-trust in action. I'm trusting that my soul has a message to share. So confidence is trusting yourself. And yes, it does take courage to show up even when we have a part that's afraid or a part that's in pain or a part that's tired. That was one of the biggest things that held me back was I'm like, how can I help other people if I'm in pain? My shoulder was killing me. I had gut pain from the Crohn's disease. For a long time I had, actually for 20 years, I had really, really horrible cystic acne. That was one of the hardest things for me to heal. And actually I realized I still need to get some gems from that time. And I've done so much healing for my skin. And you know what? I found the right doctor. I found the right medicine and started to focus on healing my skin. And that was a huge thing. I'm like, how can I feel confident, right? When I have this big welt on my face? Like, holy cow. No, I really think about my soul leading when I would show up to a class with, that painful cystic acne all over my chin, wherever it was on my face. It was mostly on my chin. I had rosacea infused cystic acne for 20 years. I'm not sure why I struggled so long with that. It was actually after my mom passed away that I took myself to the dermatologist and said, no matter what, I'm healing this. Like, let's figure it out. And yeah, I'm just acknowledging that within myself. Like, I showed up anyway. That was my soul. My soul said, even if you have a zit on your face, you can still teach. You can still show up and shine, show up and share, show up and be yourself, be the real you. So I hope this helped because I know that many of you are wanting that desiring to share your wisdom, to share your medicine, and understand that the time is now, right? The wake up call is now. Because your ego is never going to feel ready. It's going to have excuse after excuse after excuse. You don't have it all figured out. Or, you still have that problem. How can you help someone with the problem you still have? Oh my gosh. I was like, how do I help other people heal pain if I'm still in pain? And you want to know what my angel said? Practice, right? Use the practices. And then I was like, oh my God, that's a great idea. And then I would use the practice and feel better. And then I'd have this confidence because I was like, oh, it works. So I felt like this is a really important message to talk about today. So I hope it resonated. And so I pulled a card about this, right? And it was interesting because someone else so hold on, let me slow down. Okay, so tonight we have the third alchemist class. This is the third and final class that'll be open to the public. It's called Confidence, the Alchemy of Intention. And essentially, when you learn how to set a crystal clear intention, right? Because energy follows intention. You step into your soul's confidence. That confidence is anchored in through your intention. And so we're going to be talking about confidence tonight. I'll be sharing some stories about it. And the teaching about confidence, the teaching about intention. And then this amazing, simple tool. It's the steps to setting an intention. So you're learning it, you're practicing it, you're embodying it. And then you can take this tool, this intention setting tool, and use it for everything you're doing. And then we're going to have an amazing Archangel Metatron activation. Seriously, I got a download. I took a walk this afternoon and I got an amazing download for tonight's activation. I had a feeling of what we were going to do, a sense of it. And then I got the complete download today. So I'm so excited about Archangel Metatron, the angel of focus, the angel of self-honesty, the angel of prioritizing. And I asked him about this question, right? Um, about the ego not being ready, but tuning in and tapping into our soul's confidence. Like, how can we release the fear that the ego has of not being ready and step into our next level of self-confidence? And we got number 44, Beacon, Shine On. Look at this. And it was interesting because one of the students got this card. And I was like staring at this card going, I just love this card so much. I'm so drawn to it. And of course, it's number 44, which is the angel number, right? The angels are with you and all around you. And it's literally going like, this is you. You are the beacon. You are here to shine, share, show up, and step into your soul's confidence, even when your ego doesn't feel ready. And it's never going to feel ready because that's the wound of the ego, right? Compare and despair. Never feel always feel afraid, always feel shaky, always feel, and the bottom line is we're meant to be the softness that the angels are reminding us about. Like, we're gonna feel actually the softness, the openness, the vulnerability is how we become super receptive and super conductive. So we don't have it all figured out, and that's okay. Right? Because you can invite the angels of confidence. You just set that intention to show up, shine, and share, and let your medicine flow through, and it will. So whatever that pain is that you're healing, there's a gem in it. So I have 2 goals from the Alchemist program, the Angelic Alchemist program. The first is that you come as you are, and you leave transformed. You leave feeling more calm, more clear, and more confident every single class, no matter what the title of the class is. And that you leave with the gem, whatever wound, whatever fear, whatever trauma, whatever pain, there's a gem in it. And when we apply the alchemy formula, invitation plus devotion plus intention plus R to the third equals alchemy, right? And the alchemy is the breaking of the cycle. It's saying, no more. I am done with this cycle. I am ending this cycle once and for all because I've alchemized it. I'm not carrying around the lead of it. I am glowing. I am shining like a beacon from the inside out. And that's my mission. I want you to glow from the inside out. So come one, come all. I would love for you to join us. There's still plenty of time to become an angelic alchemist and join the program. I am closing the doors on May 15th. So tonight's class is $44 the whole year, an entire year of 90-minute monthly angelic healing activations and workshops is $222. And there's a payment plan if that is in alignment for you. So reach out to me, DM me. So thank you for listening, liking, sharing. I hope this resonated. Put a gem in here that you received. What did I say? What did you hear? What did you sense or feel when I was sharing? What resonated with you? I'd love to hear from you. All right. So I am going to put the link. Please, angels, remind me to put the link to enroll in here in the comments. And if you are ready to work with me, let me say this differently, right? Angel expert Jill, I have an invitation for you to a free consult. This consult is called the Angelic Pain Relief Consult. This is a 1-hour conversation over Zoom where I'm listening to you and your angels. It's a heartfelt conversation, compassionate space. And I'm going to share what your angels are saying about your pain. I understand how vulnerable it is to show up and open up that wound to be seen through the eyes of love. But understand that's already going to create relief. And then together, we're going to create your customized, personalized roadmap to relief. And that is for qualified applicants who are looking for a coach. I do have something also called an angel chat where we can talk about my other programs and kind of see where you are on the journey And so there's many ways to connect with me and my programs, me and the angels. And so reach out if you have any questions about that. And I'll put that information in the comments. Okay, I'm sending you so much love and angel blessings. I'm so excited about the class tonight. I'm actually going to do rest right now and do some angel Reiki and hydrate, have dinner, and then hop on live. So I'll be sending this video in my newsletter. If you can't be here tonight, no worries. These offerings are recorded, and you'll be able to connect with the replay. And there's a handful of you who have connected with the replay. And I mean, the feedback that I've received from people connecting with the replay, still saying yes to the Alchemist, even though we've already had 2 classes. So there's just plenty of time to connect with this energy and medicine. So if you want to awaken the inner alchemist, I would love for you and your angels to join us. And I'll talk to you soon. Mwah. Lots of love. Bye.